Veronica, you have never been to a convention before. You've never been a delegate before. Have you been involved in politics prior to 2022?
Just voting in the presidential election.
So just show up on general election day and do your thing. What motivated you in 2022 to step out of your comfort zone and get involved?
I think what motivated me is I was actually really tired of seeing our country go downhill.
Let's get in here where it's a little bit more shelter from the... You're tired of seeing the country go downhill.
Yeah, voting integrity, just it seemed like whatever we didn't really have a say. We're supposed to have a say. We're supposed to, our vote's supposed to matter, but it didn't seem like it was mattering or doing anything.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, somebody has to get in there. Somebody has to be the voice. And I know there's all these people that are being the voice, which I appreciate. But if someone wasn't going to say the things that I wanted to say, I wanted to be there to say those things because I feel like our voices are not being heard.
And Veronica, right? Would you say that is just a problem with lack of representation from the left and the Democrats, or do you feel like to some degree? So I was talking to someone earlier and they said they did a poll, kind of an impromptu poll on the floor yesterday, and 55% of the people that voted had never been to a convention before. So you're in the majority of the minority of people who have never done this before. Do you think some of that comes from conservatives, traditional value people also feeling underrepresented by the what's supposed to be the conservative GOP?
Yes, to some degree, but I also feel like even the people sitting next to me, we were talking, have you been here before? No, this is my first time too. I feel like they were just kind of going along with the masses as well. It's like we need those, I don't want to say extremist people, we need those people that are willing to step outside and say the things that people don't want to say, rather than just go along with the group.
I think that you used a word just now that is apropos, because sometimes when you're a person who's willing to rock the boat, they will label you an extremist to marginalize you.
Right.
Are you willing to be a boat rocker?
I will say yes and no.
I'm not talking about screaming at people.
No, right. I still need to have a job, so
right.
I work in a very liberal place.
Leftist.
Okay, yep, very, very leftist. So I'm kind of the outcast, and I keep very quiet there, although there are so many things that I'd love to say. So yeah, I tend to pick and choose when I'm gonna speak up.
No, that's right. What about within the realm of political philosophy in a place like this? If you're having a conversation with somebody, are you willing to challenge a status quo type?
For sure. Like
awesome.
Yesterday the vote was, should we have electronic voting machines or should we have paper ballots? I stood up for paper ballots.
Nice.
And everyone around me was saying no, and they wanted the clickers because it would go faster. But I'm like, no, we need to, I get it. I didn't win out, but I needed to at least say that.
But you spoke your piece. Right. I really appreciate that. What would you say coming out of the convention then, no matter what? Should we get behind whoever gets the endorsement for governor, or have to? Right. How important is it to you to unseat Walz and Ellison?
Oh my gosh, it's so important. It's so important. So, when we do our voting and it narrows the field down to one or two candidates, I think, how I've been voting now is I stick with the same candidate. Even though we narrowed the numbers, I stuck with that same candidate each time. But for governor, at the end of the day, if there's my guy and some other guy that I'm not really wanting to win, if this other guy has a better shot against Walz, I'm going to switch my vote to that person because that is the end goal.
Do you want to say who you're leaning towards right now?
Mike Murphy.
Okay. Well, it's Nina, so. Hi, Nina. Anything you want to add about what's going on and how you feel about this? Is it exciting, overwhelming?
Yeah, there are some really exciting moments. I am just, like I said, a little disappointed watching the status quo go on where people just vote with the masses because it's easier. I wish there were a lot more younger people in the crowd just to kind of spice things up.
They're coming.
I just want to spice things up a little bit. I think we have
Awesome.
a voice to be heard. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, can I get a photo with you?
Yeah.